something I've wanted to get to for quite some time now. I've glued my pot, so we'll have to let that cure and then I can paint it. So I've glued together my Bonsai Zone 3D printed bonsai pot, and I've got some primer, and I've got this textured paint that I want to use. I think it'll look okay. So, time for some painting. Hopefully it doesn't stay too windy. Tower Road today. And you can see the tower way up in the distance there. Way up there on the top of the hill, way over there. That's where we're gonna go. I thought I'd bring you guys along. So we'll go way up there where that tower is that my finger just made blurry. And there's actually a lake up there. Yeah. So we'll head up there. Alright, we'll let that dry a few minutes, and then we'll come back and paint it. Alright, looks kind of funky with the white on the inside, so just going to give it one more coat of primer, try and catch some of the little spots I missed, and then do the inside. Got it all. The inside doesn't really need to be done, but I wanted to coat the edge. And I'll do the same in paint with the edge so that above the soil level will look finished. Well, we'll let that dry and we'll come back with paint. I know the tower seemed pretty far away, but it's actually only about 10 minutes from where I live, where this is the road we call Tower Road, of course, as it leads to the tower. I'm sure every place has a tower road. Now, in the fall time, it's quite neat here because it's actually like a different season at the top, and the hill's pretty steep. I think I'll put it in four-wheel drive here. All the loose gravel from the washouts this spring. There we go. And the elevation goes up so high that the weather changes usually about halfway up, especially in fall and spring, where it'll be nice and sunny and warm down here and it'll be snowing at the top. It's really cool. I love that kind of stuff. Ooh, a maple tree. Huh. So I haven't been up here in quite a few seasons now. I haven't really had time. Today I'm making the time, even though I have a million chores to do at home. Still coming up here anything. Sorry, bumps. It's not exactly a maintained road. They only come up here to check out the tower when something's wrong with it. Out of the way, squirrel. And this area has a lot of old growth forest too. It's quite nice. I'm gonna get some of these branches on my truck. It's quite grown in now. Come hunting up here once in a while. Oh wow, look at all the ash trees. Oh, the ash trees are really coming back. They were pretty much completely decimated by those ash tree borers, but I'm seeing them everywhere now. Look at that. That's fantastic. Huh. And you can see kind of the trees look sort of wilted. And when they're wilted like that means we got rain coming. Or it means the humidity went up very quickly. But that usually means that we're going to get rain. You see when the leaves flip over, that's what it means. There's a lot of deer flies and horse flies up here, attacking my hand out the window. Careful not to bottom out the truck. I think we're okay. Look at all those flies. Look at them. Those are the biters. I don't like them. Now the lake is about halfway up this elevation, or a little better than halfway up. Sorry if I'm starting to drag you into the truck. All these flies here are attacking my hand. I'll put my hand up here. I don't even know how they keep up with their truck. They're literally flying at 20 kilometers an hour. Alright, forest in there. Oh, my hand keeps hitting things. There. To the lake anyways, not the top of the hill. Now, big washout here. Okay, I'm gonna get out and see if I can make it past this washout, and we'll be back. Seems dry enough. Guess we'll do it the same way. With this paint that has texture. We'll see how that turns out. Says I can do 2 coats. Whoa, pretty funky stuff. Wow, that's pretty weird looking, eh? Probably gonna take a few coats. So, guess we'll let that one dry. Alright, we're past the washout. I needed both hands to do it, so I didn't film that. Continue up the hill. The next washout. This one's not as deep. We are. There's actually a lake hiding in here. So I'm just going to pack the truck in there and park, and then I'll start filming again. Looks kind of strange from this side, but if I turn it around, look how neat that looks. I don't know if you can see that. Oop, too close. It goes from darker to lighter. You always get one side perfect. I wish I could make it look like that, but this side came out like this. That's the first side I squirted. We'll do another coat. Sometimes you have to add 3 or 4 coats, it says on there. Better to add a bunch of thin ones than one thick one. So here comes another one. textured stuff. It's the first time I've ever used it. Good thing that's the bottom. Trying to hit the back of the legs and I'm just butchering it. Alright, good thing this stuff is sandable. But that's the bottom. We'll see how that turns out. Oh boy. I'm going to have to do one more coat. I can see along the edge where I missed. Maybe we'll turn it over and I'll do that. Once I can touch it anyway. Yeah. This stuff is pretty neat. It's supposed to fill in all the little cracks and crevices and everything. This textured stuff. We'll see how it turns out. I can always sand it and do it again if need be. Now we wait. So here we are then. Parked. The first time Gunner's ever been here. Come on, Gunner! So we'll just sneak down this trail here. Doesn't look like it's been used in a while. Usually the ATVs come down here. Must be too muddy for them. Let me just double check that I locked the truck here. Not that anybody will show up here, but you never know. Oh, we just have to watch our step through this muck here. I think my dog is going to get very dirty, which he loves doing, so this is perfect. Whoa. Huh. So many new ash trees. I haven't seen this many in so long. And the horseflies. Insane. Worse than the mosquitoes here. And we're almost there. Almost down to the lake. Probably should have brought all my tools with me so I don't have to go back and forth, but we'll have a nice peek first. Ooh. It's quite rocky terrain here, so if you hear me tripping and bumping, that's why. Plus all the, I guess these are deer flies, not horse flies, but I'm just gonna slap them anyway. Ooh, they're awful. There we are. This lake on a large hill. The dog's gonna go in it and you can hear the frogs jumping and see the minnows hopping around and yeah, sure. Scare everything away. Oop, there goes another frog. Oop, there goes another frog. This lake just teems with life. There's little minnows, you can see all the little minnows down there. Look at that. frogs like crazy, and there's even freshwater clams in here, like tons of them. And a dragonfly. That's a beauty. Look at that. See if I can get near it without scaring it away or slipping and falling into the water. Whoop, I scared it away. You can hear all the buzzing from all these deer flies. It's insane. There's so many of them. And you can't even tell that we're on a hill. Isn't that crazy? And there's that tower I pointed out earlier. And if we kept going up that road, it would go all the way around to that tower, all the way around this lake. So the road is over there, and it would go all the way around, and it leads all the way to that tower over there. The cell tower. Yeah, thought you guys might enjoy having a peek. This is one of my favorite places to come and just get some quiet. Okay, I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna flip it over and do a coat or two just along the inside edge and do the outside again. This is kind of what it dried as. Kept that little streak in there for some reason on that side. But the other sides look pretty cool. I'm not sure why it did that, but we'll see when it fully dries. It cures in 48 hours or something like that. So we'll flip her over. There's a bit of a run there, but that's okay. It's the bottom, luckily. What a difference from the primary. That looks pretty neat. All right. I guess we'll see how that goes. I'll just leave one coat, or I'll do another one. I'll pick you guys up here. At least the wind has calmed down. This stuff is kind of neat. It's a multicolored, multi-grain, or whatever you want to call it. Textured paint. We'll see how it looks when it dries, if I need to put another coat on it. Yeah. Well, it got dark really fast. Can't wait to look at it tomorrow. But I'm gonna do one more little coat on the inside here. Try and catch some of the stuff over here that I might have missed. Trying not to get eaten alive by the mosquitoes. I'm holding the camera now because I gotta be quick. It's freezing out here. Never really warmed up at all today. The thermometer said it was 18, but it certainly didn't feel like 18. It felt like we had wind coming directly from the North Pole. Let's see if I can hold the camera and do this at the same time. Yeah, we'll see how that looks. Yeah. I should have the light on the camera. I'll have to leave that for about 30 minutes or so. And then I'll come back and get it. Maybe look at it in the house. But it's 48 hours cure time, so we'll go from there. Here's a quick look at it with the camera light. I think it'll look pretty good. It really covered up those little lines. That's pretty cool, actually. Whoa, sorry, I almost fell over. I think it's gonna look great. I'm sure it'll look better once it's dry and perhaps out in the sun. Right on. I couldn't help it. It was in the middle of the trail. How could I not? So here's my pot fully cured. I had it curing inside, and I really like it. I'm not sure how much it shows up on camera, but this textured paint is great. I think I'm going to leave it like this too. It looks good with the lines just showing through. I really like that. If I put one more coat on it, it'll probably come out like this where you don't see the lines. So I could put another coat, but I kind of really like it like this. Hard to see, I guess. It's just so bright here. Maybe I'll go in the shade a little bit here. There we go. Yeah, it's a little better. You can kind of see it. Because I really like this textured paint. You can see where I laid it a little bit too thick under here. That's okay, it's the bottom. Oh, looks like I have a little repair to do on the foot, but I might not even worry about it. This was just something cool to have, to say I have it. And I think this is fantastic. I'll be using this textured paint again. Sorry, one-handed trying to work the camera. There we go. I really like this stuff. Paint my whole house with this. That's what I should do. Just kidding. But this looks really good. Well, my taste anyway. I must say my new phone is a little bit intimidating. I'm not even sure how it's going to record. I think I might pick up a microphone for it. I'll see what I can find in town tomorrow as I go to the city. So, as everybody knows, or if you watch the $50 challenge, you know I picked up this Portulacaria kaleidoscope. And I love how colorful it is. Very nice. It's sitting here in the trailer waiting for me. Trying to figure out how close I can get. New devices. Very nice. Don't mind the dog playing over there. So, I'm going to be repotting this little new friend of mine here. I want to grow it first. So, I'm going to be repotting it. I'm going to be putting one in my 3D printed Bonsai Zone pot. I think it would be fitting that it's a Portulacaria and it's very colorful, just like Nigel. I just love how this pot turned out. I don't know if you can really see. I used textured paint on it, and I absolutely love how it turned out. I have other videos showing it in the light, so... Oh, the sun's coming out. How about that? It's been on and off storming all day, not just rain, full out torrential downpour for about 20 minutes and then absolute horrid humidity after, hence the big hair. So let's do this. I also have these two other pots, so I'm going to put some of them in these pots. Alright, I went and found my tray, brought the dog for a bit of a run so that he wasn't so energetic. So, some of my tools are missing. Okay, well, won't need many tools for this one. And I can't keep this thing very damp. It just doesn't stay damp, which is kind of a good thing, I guess. So, we'll see what's under here. Hopefully you guys can see okay. This new camera, I'm not used to what it does or where it points or what it's capable of yet. But we'll figure it out. Probably can't see because my hand's in the way. Should put the phone on the other side. I don't really see much for roots pointing out at me. I can feel some in there, but there we go. Ah, there are some roots in there. That's good. Just have to tease those little guys apart. There we go. There's a few, or a couple. Yeah, it really doesn't look like there's much root on them. Hopefully we can change that. Well, since there's not much root there, you can see that they were cuttings. If you can see, I can't tell. I guess I won't do much toying with these roots. I think I'll just leave them right as is. And I'll just plant them back down. And then we'll see what we get for the next repotting. Because they were in a pretty tiny pot. Poor little things. All right. Tiny little root balls. I can't tell if it's focusing or not. I'll have to practice more with this new phone. So it looks like lawn cuttings, really. So it must be chopped bark, mulched bark, or whatever you call it. But seriously, looks like my lawn cuttings after a few days out in the sun. Okay, so swipe that aside. Maybe we'll mix it into the soil just to make sure we have enough. And bring the soil a bit closer. Kill a mosquito. It's gone. Okay, so we have the 3D printed pot from the Bonsai Zone. This was the biggest I could get somebody to make it, but I just wanted a bonsai pot, so there's a bonsai pot. Now I have 3. Oh, I cleaned them already. So I'm going to put 1 in here and let it grow. Look at the branching on that one already. So put that one in there. Should put a little fat one in there. Should we put a super tall one in there? And they're branching out already. Should we put the teeny tiny one in there? I think I said that already. I just love the colors. Oops, I didn't do it. Look at the movement on this one. It's got a wibby wobble in it. This one, it has a thick trunk on it. And the leaves are very close together. The branching and the nodes are very close together. Yeah. It's a toss between these two. I think I'll put this one in here. I think that'll look great. It'll grow into the pot. I didn't think I'd find a tree for this pot that would make the pot look this large, but I surprise myself sometimes. Yeah, I think that'll be great. I'm going to take off. I need my arrow clippers. I'm going to take off these two little bottom branches here. Even though I kind of like that one, but it's too low. I think even these ones will be too low for what I want later, but we'll leave those ones for now. Now, the only thing I know about Portulacaria I learnt from Nigel's videos, so. And I know Blue Jay has a whole bunch of them too. So I will learn now by experience, as I'm sure they did. Alright, what did I do with my piece of paper towel? I know I put one here so that I would have it. Guess not. I'll go get another one. Yeah. Woo, the camper's shaking. Alright. I don't have screens. I tend to just use paper towel. And it rots away pretty quick. But it keeps the soil in long enough for it to stay there. To harden up and stay there. So I just put it in like such. And then I put soil on top of it. Actually, I'm just going to maybe throw this stuff in there. Let's see what I got here. Keep these little guys aside. You never know. Gonna dump it right on my tray here and mix it together. Might as well reuse it if I got it. Okay. I see some of the bottom of this bag didn't get perlite mixed in, and I did add more perlite to the mixture. So I might have to go inside and get more perlite. Didn't quite get it to the bottom of the bag. I'm just using what was left over from my $50 challenge. And I did add more perlite to it. I love this little pot. Turned out really nice. Well, I think it did anyway. I'm sure it's not to everybody's taste, but no, not yet. Okay. So This side of the pot has this little tiny bump sticking out. Probably a bit of glue that I didn't get off. So this side looks pretty decent, so I think I'll make that the front of the pot. And the pot's even, it's the tray that's not even. I know somebody will probably ask. Now, a front for this tree. So this way it's leaning toward us, and I heard somewhere that people like that in the bonsai world. But I don't want this branch to face directly toward us, or this branch, or this branch, or that branch. So I'm just gonna angle it slightly so that the front is right between these branches. I think it looks really nice there. And then we'll see what happens as it grows out. I'm sure maybe the front might change later as it grows, might head in a different direction, or I don't know yet. We'll find out. But for now, right here I think would be a good front. This little baby. Now, where do I want it in the pot? Do I want it right in the center? A stick in the mud, so to speak? Off to one side? A little bit off to one side, off to this side? Let me see. I think I like it right here. I think I'll put it right here in the pot. I like that. Don't ask me why. I don't really know. See if I can spread some of these roots out. It was against the side of the pot, so I think I might have to just leave it and catch it the next repotting. There's always another chance. Just going to mound it up a little bit around the base, just to help hold it in place, and maybe we'll get some good roots going there. I didn't mix the perlite all the way down to the bottom, but I shook the bag good and well. But I guess not. Oops. Dirtying up my camper. All right. And it looks like it's leaning back a little bit. Oops. I'm going to prop it forward just a tiny, tiny bit, but not too much, or it'll pop it forward too much, like the top. Because this does have a big curve in it. So, tree number 1. My Nigel Saunders Bonsai Zone pot. Just gonna mist it. Oop. Gotta fine mist it. Oh, this one doesn't have a very fine mist. There. Won't water that right away. But I do have Let me see here. Maybe this one? A little bit big, eh? Yeah, a little bit big. How about this one? Let's see how this one looks. I think that's a little bit big too. Got the little crystal thingies in it. Hard to tell. Let's see. I'm seeing a little bitty worm here. And these little bitty worms, I don't know where they came from. I don't know if you can see it on my finger. I don't know if it'll focus. Guess not. But this little tiny bitty white worm, I found these in my spruce seedlings. And they had, all my little spruce seedlings, when they came up, they all died for basically no apparent reason. And when I pulled them out of the pot to see if the roots were rotten, these little tiny worms were all over the place in there. So I'm not sure what they are, but they're not good. If you see these little worms, kill, kill, kill. I'm gonna let the soil dry real good. I know the Portulacaria will be okay if I do. I'm just gonna see if I can try and focus this one. Oh, I dropped it. Guess I can't focus it if I don't have it. But yeah, be careful of those little white worms. I'm actually surprised to see it in here because the soil's not all that damp in the bag. And it's really not a good thing to have in your plants. I have no idea what they are, but they're not good. So, let me see. I think that's too heavy. Let me look at this from the front here. Might be too heavy, eh? Let me see what else I got. After that distraction. I don't really want to use too many of my bitty little ones, but it was like an alien head. And this red rock we get locally. There's a lot of it here. It's like we live on Mars here. I'm not sure I'll have one that really suits this little thing. What else do I got? I just got bigger ones. Maybe I will use that first one. I want to make this a total Nigel one. I love his Mars planting, so I wanted to kind of make something to celebrate that planting. Or that project, I should say. And I think I'll just use that one. There. I'm sure I'll change that later as this tree grows into a tree. Pretty alien. I love rocks. All right, one down. How's that look? That look okay? I think so. I think that looks good. All right, on to the next one. And for these ones, I'm just going to use these pots. They already have mesh in them built in. So, might as well fill them both. Put a little bit down here. What are you doing? Hey? What are you doing? Crazy puppy. All right. So now we've got 4 trees left. Oof, sure, destroy the trees. So we've got 2 smaller ones, 1 very large one. Are these all the same size? Pretty close. So 3 about the same size and 1 that's a bit bigger. So I think I'll just do the same thing. I really like, I just kind of turned it this way accidentally. It's got a nice curve. Nice curve in it, so I think I might use that as the front. Where's my chopper-operers here? Take down this lower branch. Yep, I think that'll do for now. Like I said, I don't want to do too much to these right now. They're just bitty. And I'll do the same thing. These, the sides are basically the same, so I don't think it matters. Plus they're just training pots anyways. And I just choose a front and get her in the ground. Now I think I'll put 2 per pot. And this is just to grow them out. Kids on quads. At least they're riding together today. I like seeing the kids with a partner rather than by themselves. Okay. Same thing. Get that pushed down. And I'll bring the soil up higher than it needs to be for a bit. Now, which one goes along with it? This one maybe? Oh, that one's got a lot of branching too. For something so small. I think I'll put those two together and I'll put this one in there with that one. It's got the same kind of little bend in it. I'm not being meticulous or making it a perfect planting. I just want them to grow out. Take that little leaf off. I think I'll take this leaf off as well. Oh, should be able to just twist it off, I guess. Oh, maybe not. I don't want to break the whole thing off. The whole sprout off. Branch, thingamajigget, whatchamacallit, doohickey. Okay, give her a bit of a spritz, just to wet the leaves. Crazy dog's got to rip the tags out of everything. Hey! Mutt. I got him a bag of chips. Lazy doggies. But he's got to rip the tags off of everything. Now you'll be holding it now. It's going to take it away for a little while. I'll remove that tag and I'll sew up the hole. Get your nose off. Go play with your rope. Crazy puppy. Hey, Gunner. Alright, let's get this one out of the way. And work on this last one. This one's got some weight to it. Alright. So, I think I'll make this the front for now. So I've got a lot of repotting to do. Try and get as much as I can done this weekend. I've got a whole bunch of cuttings that need to be potted. I've got a whole bunch of plants that are needing to be separated and potted, and if the camera's shaking, it's because the dog's walking around and running around inside the trailer here. I'm in my camper trailer. So I'm also going to work on trying to get extra videos up, and with my bonsai channel, I'm also working on trying to subscribe to everybody, because I'd like to see more of everybody's stuff. So I'm going to try with Frostbite Bonsai to get more subscriptions, or more people subscribe to. Help out other channels, smaller channels and whatnot. Cheer everybody on. Because I think that would be nice to see. I love everybody's unique styles and fun things that they do. And I'd love to see more of it. So I'm going to try and do that more and more and start talking to more people and perhaps meet up with some bonsai people locally here, I hope. I've learned of a couple over time in my area, about an hour or so from me, maybe a little bit more. So maybe we'll be able to do some nursery crawls in Thunder Bay, because why not? All right. So that's it. That's all I'll do for these guys. And I want them to grow. They're not growing. How come? I'm sure they will. Now they got room to move in here, room to breathe, and room to grow. So, because I haven't seen Portulacaria, I'm going to keep these two little teeny itty bitty things. I'll let them harden off, and then I'll see if they'll grow. So, I'll leave these in the camper for a bit, and then I'll get them outside in the sunshine and see how they like that. And I think I'll bring out some more plants. I've got one of my figs that are doing really well inside the house, so I might show that off. The leaves are a different shape than I thought they were going to be, but maybe they get those fig leaf shaped leaves when they're much older. Yeah, start there. Thanks for watching, everyone.